I'm going to put another thing on your list to talk about whenever you're creating your timeline. And that is a receiving line, whether or not you want to do that, because it's something you want to think about and it's something that can take a little bit of time. So you want to make sure that you allot for that time. And it's just something that, and again, guys, I'm talking about this with the ones that do not have a wedding coordinator, because I understand the coordinator is probably going to mention these things to you. If you don't have a coordinator, you need to be talking about these things. So this is for the people out there that do not have a wedding coordinator. I get comments on this all the time. Your wedding coordinator will talk over this with you, and they will, you know, not everybody has one. Not everybody's going to do a wedding coordinator. So this is for the ones that aren't. Okay. So what's a receiving line? A receiving line is after the ceremony, and basically the bride and the groom and family, and sometimes the bridesmaids and groomsmen stand, and everybody will come through, all the guests will come through and shake your hand, give you a hug, tell you congratulations, all those things. I don't absolutely think it's necessary for the bridesmaids and groomsmen to be up there. I feel like they're usually just like, oh, why are we doing this? You know, so they don't have to be, but if you want them to be, completely understand. Same with family. They don't always stand up there. Like usually it's just the parents that stand. But I understand if they want to be, because, you know, it's all their family too, and they want to, they're excited and they need to be congratulated as well. So, the receiving line is great because a lot of times some people will leave between the ceremony and reception. So they may want to tell you, congratulations, we're heading out. Thank you for letting us come. Thank you for inviting us, you know, all those things. But just like I said, keep in mind, it does take a little bit of time, especially if you've got several guests to get through all those guests. So a lot for that time if you've got a timeline. The other thing is there's other ways to do this if you don't want to do this. You can, at the reception, you can go around to each table and talk to them individually as well and greet everybody. That's also another way if you don't want to do the receiving line. Some, especially at our venue, like to go ahead and get their pictures done and taken care of. Here at our venue, we don't allow alcohol, so there's no cocktail hour or whatever to kind of keep guests. Typically, they're coming in, they're ready for the reception. So the amount of time that we you know, usually the pictures are being taken at the cocktail hour. Guests are being, what's the word I'm looking for? Occupied during that time. So since we don't do alcohol and there's no cocktail hour, things like that, a lot of our couples skip the receiving line, go ahead and start getting their pictures taken. That way they can get over to the reception as soon as possible. Then they can go around, like I said, to each table, greet the guests and all those things. So I just wanted to give you something to think about, something to talk about with your family, whether or not you guys want to go ahead and add in the receiving line, because you need to plan for it and how you want to do that. So yeah, that's my little tip of the day. And if you enjoy this wedding content, go ahead, hit that follow button over there. And I post tons and tons of wedding content. So let me know what else you guys want to know. Bye, guys.